native Muxwet, Iquanis Ilanala, Antha Zamquatan, Lawrence Tanishquanita Mothnesne, Haichka Kwasi Alap Wahinamit, Nanutsiatola Ha Sothmain E Totnes Democh, Nanutsiatola Sothdamoch. My traditional name is Zamquatan. I share that name with my late grandmother on the Cedar River in Snuneymuxw. I'm very proud of who I am and where I come from. Lawrence is my English name. I'm really happy to see each and every one of you here. Give thanks to the Creator and our ancestors. Now, I was just talking to my son on the way here. I was like, oh, you can think about a song that you want to sing and you want to share it. But when the time comes, a whole different song is going to come. And it's going to be sent forward to bring something special to someone in the crowd or even to ourselves. And I was thinking of a song that I wanted to sing, but now that I'm here, a whole nother song I need to sing. And I have a very special gift in my connection and the way the other side shares with me, and it is through song. I can hear things in the wind, or I can feel the wind itself. I can transform it into a different way, and it's meant to bring healing to this world and to the people and to the animals and the mountains and everything in creation. So this song was shared to me with while I was at work by some little birdies visiting on a windowsill, singing away to me. And this is how I understand their words. It's called Ias Ian Sali. And I hope it brings peace and healing to every one of you. Normally, I don't get scared. And I'm not scared, or it's just being vulnerable and giving a piece of myself to the crowd and sharing the best part of who I am.
I felt butterflies.
He felt butterflies. So, so we had a wonderful experience over the summer. As hard as it was, and as how strong we had to be, um, grateful to be here and extend my deepest appreciation and my heartfelt gratitude for being invited into your home. There were many ups and downs, but within that, there was a silver lining, and that was the family that we forged here. Me and Stephanie were so grateful to be called upon to share beauty and divine light and unconditional love. I never thought it would come to this point where I'm standing in front of you sharing a piece of who I am. That Braiding Sweetgrass book is one of the most magical things in all of creation. And if any of you ever have time and resources to read it or listen to it, I hope it takes you to a space of wonder and awe. I had to write down my thoughts because it was such a profound journey in 2 months. It started off with the Indian Act book, which was totally devastating. I couldn't even finish it, to be honest. It was so dark and I didn't want to be part of that. But I shared what I could from my understanding and my upbringing. Then we kind of talked a bit about embers, which is like it's like a prayer to our spirit and a prayer to creation and the universe. Richard Wagamese's book Embers is another amazing display of someone that is in tune with who they are and here and their upbringing in their own way of life. And Braiding Sweetgrass changed my life. And if we can put that in every single home in the city of Nanaimo, we can change the world. That's how profound it is. Normally, I try to go from just my words and my thoughts and stuff, but everything that we went through, I need to write it down to convey to you what it done to me. I thank you for inviting me to come and share. It is a big honor in my book, which is one of the strongest teachings in our way of life, to be generous, to be able to share, to be giving, and to be called upon. To be generous, we were taught from the great cedar tree, always giving of itself. The tree itself, the inner bark, the outer bark, the roots, the branches, and the leaves. It is my hopes that one day I can carry myself like the great cedar tree. To share, we are taught by our relative, the salmon, a noble relative that shares itself with all of creation, giving of itself to the humans, the animals, and a noble relative that shares itself with all of creation. I always want to try to live up to being a salmon, to be able to think like that, to be like that, and to know that's who I am. I try to live like a salmon every day. To be given, we are taught by the mountain goat. Their level of sacrifice is one of the highest. Giving up their wool means giving up their home, their shelter, and their warmth, which teaches us a lot about life and how giving we must be when someone calls upon us. To be called upon. In our ways of being, well, when we are called upon, it is one of the highest honors. It speaks to me of integrity, humility, and great privilege. It's a tribute, a testament to who a person is, how they live their life, and the way they carry themselves. To whom much is given, much is required. Before we were born, our ancestors and Tzitzil Siem are deciding upon our path, who our families will be, what gifts we will be given, and what kind of lives we must live. Our entire life story is built into our Sali, all the sunshine, the rainbows, and the storms. I'm here to say that my strength is building, and through those storms, my life is being forged into something beautiful. I am thankful for my life and the hardships I've overcome to be here today. Even if I had the chance to go back and change one thing in my life, I wouldn't change a thing. I've been given everything a man could dream for in the Kosalish world. Although I don't have it all, I'm not the mightiest, nor do I carry the most wisdom. But the heart and the spirit that I walk with is like a rainbow after the storm, shining beauty, emitting radiance, and emanating wonder and awe. It's a reminder to one and all that when hard times befall us, we know that something more important will emerge. To whom much is given, much is required. When a person is forged by the fires of their existence, it is the universe molding and shaping them into who they are supposed to become. They have a higher calling that will shed a light upon all creation in such a way that only they possess. With that sentiment, that person will be called upon to carry out duties, sacred responsibilities, and obligations. We call this doing the work of the people. You have to set yourself aside, your job, your family, and all your worldly commitments. Being called upon means you carry a special strength. So I raise my hands to each and every one of you for calling upon me. I just wanted to relay the importance of our interaction today and all of the other times we've come together in such a sacred manner. I wish to talk about the gifts you bestowed upon me in the most uncertain times. I felt like I was in the middle of an ocean in my canoe all by myself. Metaphorically, I knew I wasn't alone, but my circumstances put me in a state of isolation. I had just left my job. I was in a trauma state, and it's hard to explain, but if I were to put it into words, it was like I was a piece of coal in a fire who didn't know they would turn into a diamond, or that caterpillar who felt like the world was ending, bottling themselves up, but it was in a cocoon, not knowing they were transforming into something so beautiful. It has been many years since I felt this bad for myself. No longer confidently looking outwardly at the world in front of me, I turned inward, questioning all my life choices, all my rights and wrongs. Wondering what I did to deserve such overwhelming circumstances. It's like my mind was eating itself alive, internalizing everything I had ever done, whether or not I've been a good father or if I'm a good man, am I worth it? It was tough, some of the toughest tribulations I've ever faced in my life. But honestly, it felt like I've never been tested like this ever before. But through it all, the silver lining, braiding sweetgrass, Unity Church, and all of you beautiful people, it's like you were guiding me out of the storm, telling me the rainbow is near. I'll never forget these experiences because they led me to you. You've reinstated belief in my heart. You stoke the fires inside. It's like you are hammering the coal away to reveal the diamond deep within. It's like you are the cocoon nurturing me in a way that is helping me get to the next stages of my life. I never thought I would lose belief in myself or feel that sorry for myself, but it served a purpose. Week after week, we'd come together, all of us, sharing an experience, paddling the same canoe, each of us in our own world, but at the same time together. In a way, it feels as if some of you may have felt what I was feeling, sharing our hardships, facing our battles, shedding our tears. It's like you cultivated me while I wounded myself through the power of thought. I've been sent healing. It's magic by today's standards, but to our people, it's slachen, which is medicine. The song I sing is a whisper from another place in creation, and I'm thankful that I have that beauty to share with you. And as time goes on, you can sing it. If you want to learn that song, you can sing it. We sing that everywhere. Through my circumstances, my relationship with you, it will bring healing to the broken hearts and troubled spirits of all creation, not just the humans. So, Heichka. Finally, I wish to talk about family. Some say family is who you're born with or born into. Others say it is those you share the same blood with. Me, I've been built by the idea that family is who is there for you. I don't see color, background, history, or origin. I see intention, authenticity, and the genuine essence of the person. In the Indian way, when our grandparents aren't present, it's up to their siblings to raise us as if they are the grandpa or the grandma. Or it's up to an aunt or an uncle to assume the role of a parent when our parents are no longer there. I feel that my guardian angels sent me blessings in the form of each and every one of you. It feels like the magic of the Indian way taking place because I've been sent people to watch out for me and care for me when my grandparents are no longer here. It feels like you've been sent to love me, to pray for me, and to nourish my spirit, and to tell me that I'm not alone. And for that blessing, I raise my hands with a humble spirit and tell you that I love you. To say that I am eternally grateful that we've come together in such a way that can only be referred to as a family. I know we've come from all kinds of backgrounds, different places in creation, but through the great spirit, we've been brought together to share love. And that's family. Our spirits feed upon love. It's just as vital as the air in our lungs or the water in our bodies. I always knew that I was loved, but my mind made me weak. It's like I was feeding on the darkness until it almost consumed me entirely, but you were there, believing in me, sending love to me in a time when all I knew was darkness. And for that, I love you and I thank you. That's what family does. That's how family makes you feel. You've given me a place to call home. It's in your hearts. That's what makes a family. You've reminded me on so many levels of who I am, where I come from, and how I'm supposed to live. And that's something I can never repay. And that is me doing the work of the people. That reciprocity of me receiving something so profound will be returned by a lifetime of giving. It's like you found the pieces of the shattered me on the ground and picked it up, dusted it off, and through your love helped put me back together. And it is my hopes that I've been able to do that for you in the ways that you needed. I hope that I was a candle in the darkness, reigniting you in the ways that helped your spirit, because you've changed my life. You've taken me to another plateau that will help me bestow beauty upon this world. And I'm thankful for that. I couldn't have gotten that nowhere else in creation but the experiences that we shared. Even if it was just over a computer, it was so profound. And I am so blessed by our interaction. And I hope that I can come and share more time with you guys, more experiences, because you guys are beautiful. I know some of you, but I don't know all of you. But my name is Lawrence, and I'm a father of 4 children. And I live in Stoughton-Awas, and I'm part Snuneymuxw. And you made me stronger. Me shedding these tears is getting rid of that trauma that I was carrying and inflicting upon myself. So they're tears of happiness. Even writing this, I was crying and like, oh my God. But that's how profound you guys touched my spirit and lifted me up in that dark time. My son who is here is the one that I talked about in our gatherings. And we are on the other side of the storm now. And he wants to share a song with you. And I'm thankful that I have a son. I had to sacrifice my family to do what I do. And that's what happens when you're called upon as a leader of the people. You sacrifice your family. And sometimes I wasn't there for him or my other 3 children, but I was there in spirit because I raised them in the culture since they were in the womb. So I was there, but I wasn't there. So he shared me with everyone else that opened their hearts and minds to a person like me. And we are blessed, we are loved, and we are all beautiful. We are very sacred. And I'm thankful to see blue skies and clouds and sunshine today. Really lifted me up when I was staring outside, and I opened the door and I'm like, fresh air, I send my prayers and my strength to those facing those fires and everyone facing illness and loss, through COVID in these uncertain times. I really accept and honor and acknowledge each and every one of you from the beauty that I have inside of me and the gift that I have. Our time together birthed the song, and I'm so grateful for that song. We are molded and shaped by our experiences, and that song is going to bring so much healing into the world. And it wouldn't have come to me if you guys weren't there for me when I needed you. And I'm thankful to be here, thankful to be called upon, and I wish you beauty and blessings and love and light throughout the rest of your day and your week. So with that, I'm gonna ask my son to come forward and share a song. Aichka.
I'm going to share a song that I really love. Okay, it's called The Grand Entry. It's our song. It's composed by my dad. It's my favorite song. I really love it. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Wow. What a powerful voice. Thank you.